Hello, my beautiful subscribers, and welcome to my channel. I'm Lissy Loud, and this is my first video that I'll be posting that's specifically for this channel. I decided that since I was making videos for you, and my whole channel was about you, what will make your life easier, what will make you laugh, what will make you cry, whatever, I decided that I was going to review a few apps for you. And the app in question today on the chopping block is Girls Ask Guys. Now, I chose this app because I thought it would be hilarious to look through and see what questions girls are asking guys on this app. So let's check it out. Also like the color scheme, even though my favorite color is blue and that's considered a boy color, but politics aside, let's get through this. I don't know about you guys, but I personally wouldn't think that the first question I wanted to ask the opposite sex, if I could ask them anything, would be what their favorite book is. Okay, moving on. Is it a sign of emotional blackmailing if my girlfriend said, "If you leave me, you're making the biggest mistake"? Huh. Well, people are dealing with a lot of things today. That's heavy. I know a lot of people don't like to give their opinions on their channel, and that's fine. They can run their channel however they want. But I'm a very blunt, straightforward person, and I feel that if you're on my channel and you're watching my videos, you want my opinion in some way, shape, and or form, so you're going to get it. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. Thanks. So I'm going to say that depending on the situation, this could be considered emotional abuse. If the girlfriend doesn't really have a reason to be angry, I feel it's uncalled for to say something like that. In the heat of the moment, we all say things that we don't mean occasionally. There are some people who believe they're perfect and they never speak out of turn or scream or yell or do anything that they're not supposed to. I'm not one of those people. I know that I have my moments. If you want my opinion, I think this particular question depends on the situation. I can't really give an answer straight out because I don't know the situation. Let's see what else we have here. Are we zoned or can it be something more? I was really close to this girlfriend. I left her while at university, 2008, because I was too scared to tell her my feelings and was scared to lose her as a friend in case it all went pear-shaped. Wow, pear-shaped. Last year, I saw her in McDonald's, took her number, and started texting her in February. Can I just say that if I were to have a love story that was the perfect love story, the perfect romantic love story, it would not be set in a McDonald's, close to, though. It would be set in a very mysterious, majestic Taco Bell-like setting with much cheese sauce and much Baja Blast involved in the love. We would meet because we would both reach for a straw while pouring our Baja Blast at the drink station at the Taco Bell, and boom, the love has been formed. Anyway, back to the story. I finally met up with her 2 weeks ago. I told her everything about having feelings for her, and she was cool about it and said, "You should have told me. You never know what could have happened, and it's not good to hold in your feelings." That evening, I dropped her home, and she told me not to hold my feelings in again, and that it's not good to do so. Since then, She's become much more excited. She calls me every morning, every afternoon, every evening. We text mostly throughout the day. Sometimes she calls me. She calls me. And there's no subject to the story. I don't know what to do. I'm confused. Please help. Wow. I just want to say that if this person is my age or older, adult, quote unquote adult, if they're an adult and they're still playing games like this where they can't come out and tell someone how they feel and they don't feel like they can ask the person what level they're on in their relationship, I find that odd. I think it's cute whenever you're a teenager and you have a crush on someone and you don't know how to feel and does he like me? Does she like me? Should I ask him to go to the movies? Whatever. I think that's great. That's adorable. That's a love story in itself. Fantastic. Have a great time. But if you're an adult, you realize that you only have so much time and you don't really have time for games. At least in my situation, I know a lot of people that feel the same way I do. I'm not sure how you guys feel. Comment below your thoughts on this if you would like. I would really like to hear your opinions, honestly, because I've always felt this way. I feel like games, whenever you're an adult, that's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, let's see what else is on here. Are there any other girls here that think being a woman is the most wonderful thing? I really love and appreciate my femininity. I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. I think being a woman is a great thing. I think it's a privilege. I think it's very freeing. I think if you're a woman, you should love yourself. I think you should love the way you look, no matter how you look, no matter if you fit society standards or not. I think you should love yourself. And I think it's great that this particular woman, Eliza Pam, loves her femininity and thinks being a woman is wonderful. I think that's great. That made me smile. That's fantastic. What else? Wow. Feminism. Who agrees that feminism is too soft? Oh boy, this should be great. Feminism is too soft. It has created a victim mentality among modern women. Wow. I don't feel like any certain movement should make someone feel like they should be a victim. I feel like the feminism movement is a great movement, but I feel like people are what ruin it. If they make it all about being a victim, they're ruining it. They're not seeing the point. If they make it all about hating men, they're not seeing the point. If they make it all about not shaving their armpits and burning their bras, they're not seeing the actual point. They're just doing those things for attention. I feel like feminism is a very important topic, and I personally would consider myself a feminist. I'm not one of these radical feminists. I'm not the kind of person who feels like it's fair to judge other people that are feminists or feminism at all, because people are what ruin a movement. Just like any kind of movement that is for a charity, there will be people that'll steal money from that charity, while the whole time you would have never known that they were stealing, because they acted like that charity and curing Alzheimer's or curing cancer was their whole life, and they wanted nothing else but to cure that disease and raise money for that charity, and nothing else mattered. And then years later, you find out that they stole from that charity. So I'm not going to finish reading this. I'm not going to get into political stuff in this episode. But I just want to say, well, I already have given my opinion, but I don't feel comfortable reading something that bashes feminism, because I know that there are a lot of feminists out there. My channel is probably going to have a large feminine following, and I don't feel comfortable reading something that would bash a group of people. So let's see what else is on here. Which countries have you seen but not actually visited? For the purpose of the question, it doesn't include seeing them from a plane. You have to have seen them either from a ship or from within another country. I think that's a valid question to ask. I think that's a valid question to ask anyone, really. I feel like people that travel, I don't personally travel a lot due to financial constraints, and I just don't have a need to travel constantly. But I love speaking to people that enjoy traveling, because, I mean, I think it's wonderful. I love to see the pictures. I love to hear about their experiences. I think the whole thing is fantastic. And I'm glad that people get to experience the world for what it is, because it's a beautiful world that we live in. So I'm really happy to read that and see that there are replies and people are out traveling. That's wonderful. Anyone else have a desire to be bred? Is this normal for a girl? Yay, we're getting into the weird part. My fave. All I can think about... Oh, boy. No. Okay, never mind. We're not going to go there. Not today. Never mind. Does drinking alone actually mean you're an alcoholic? You guys can comment below your opinions. I personally don't think it does. I think that if you want to have a glass of wine by yourself while you read a book, or just so happen to watch the Lissy Loud YouTube channel, or whatever, I feel like that doesn't make you an alcoholic, but that's just my personal opinion. That's up to you guys. You can leave your comments and let me know. Again, with the favorite book, I still don't understand it. I probably never will. Let's see what this is. From Anonymous. Have you ever loved someone that you could not be in a relationship with? Have you ever loved someone that you could not be in a relationship with? It could be for any reason. For example, bad timing, or your feelings were not returned, or it was a forbidden affair, or someone was afraid. That's a lot of war. Huh. Or someone was afraid of committing, or someone moved away, or a terrible illness, etc. Did you eventually enter into a committed relationship with this person? Did you get over the person and move on to someone new? Are you still in contact with the person? Are you waiting? Please share your story with me. I think that's a good topic, especially for women. I think that a lot of women deal with this. I'm not sure about men. If any of you guys have a story like this about someone that you wanted to be in a relationship with, but you couldn't for various circumstances, leave a comment below. Just let me know. Shout out. I know a lot of women that have experienced this, mostly because the feelings were unrequited. They weren't returned. I've encountered a few men that had feelings that weren't returned. The woman didn't have feelings for them. But that's about it. I haven't had anyone that's had different circumstances. Probably bad timing is a reason that most young couples break up, or young marriages break up. But I've never encountered that myself. That's a kind of personal relationship situation. Let's see what this is. If you were to build your own Las Vegas hotel and casino, what would you call it? Wow, I love that. I would really love to hear you guys give me some answers on this. I would personally call mine, what would I call it? Las Vegas Hotel and Casino. I'm a Britney Spears fan. I love her. I have since I was a young girl. So if I had one, I would make it all about Britney. I would just call it Britney Hotel and Casino. Because I think having that aesthetic of a star who most people my age, 20 and older, have grown up with. They've listened to all of her music. They have all of her CDs. They have all of her songs downloaded. They love her clothes. They love everything, her perfumes that she's had and created. You know, if you could have a whole hotel and casino based around her and you could sell her perfume there, her old CDs and new CDs, I think that would make a lot of revenue. I think that would be great. You guys should tell me your hotel and casino names down in the comments. Let me know. Let's see what other interesting things we can find on here. I tell my new boyfriend he turns me on all the time and that I want to have sex with him. Am I being too upfront? Is it off-putting? Huh. This is another sexual. That other one went too far, though. That was a little... I don't want to get demonetized when I just started this channel. I feel like a woman should be able to talk about what she wants sexually without feeling wrong. And I think a man should, too. As long as both are respectful to the person that they're speaking to or that they're dating, I think that's perfectly fine. If the male finds it off-putting or the partner, I think they should speak up and voice their opinion and say that it is off-putting for them and they'd rather the person stop. I don't think it should be a guessing game. I think that he should just tell you if he finds it off-putting. You guys can vote in the comments. Let me know, is she too direct and it's kind of off-putting for you, or there's nothing wrong with it? I vote that there's nothing wrong with it. Ooh, 82% said there's nothing wrong with it, and 18%, ooh. See, I really don't think there's anything wrong with it, though. I mean, if her partner doesn't like it, that's between them. But generally speaking, I don't see anything wrong with it. Huh. Well, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Maybe we'll do 2 more. These are kind of interesting. I kind of like the questions. Why do I always fall for the bad guys or players? Oh, that hits home. If any of you girls can relate, leave a like or a comment. Thank you. I think all of us have went through the bad boy stage. I think all of us still go through it sometimes, and we want one. If we already have a great guy that does everything for us, or even if we have a great guy that messes up occasionally, sometimes you just see that bad boy sitting outside the Kmart, smoking a cigarette in his leather pants, and you want some. You want some, but you don't do it because you know that he's outside the Kroger, smoking a cigarette in his leather pants in 96-degree weather, because he has no life, and you don't need that in your life. One more. How to subtly turn him on during a lecture or a casual conversation. I think that's a good question, I guess, for a guy to answer. But I think it's more important for you to ask your partner what turns them on, so you can just randomly do that for them. I think it's kind of odd to ask random men something like that because they don't know who you're with. They can't really speak for him. But, hey, I mean, whatever floats your boat. I think you should ask your man. Go ask him. Just be like, hey, what turns you on, Mac Daddy? Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this first video. I hope I helped you in some way. And if you want to download this app, look through these questions, feel free. I think it's a great app. I think it's a great way to speak to people that you don't know about some issues that you're dealing with, especially if you can speak to men about questions that you don't understand or vice versa. I think it's a great app, and I think you guys should download it or just watch this video and like it and subscribe. Whatever floats your boat. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.